Today I'd like to talk about a strategy that I've been applying using the Wiser Food app. I call it shelf use offsetting. What it involves is planning my main meals far enough ahead that if I see cases where I'm spending more, such as because I'm eating out, I'll schedule an equal number of days that are identified as use shelf. In this case, use shelf might mean I'm going to make a conscious effort to use up leftovers in my fridge, but it could also mean I'm just building meals based on what's already available to me, without going shopping or going out to eat. The idea is what might have been otherwise a more expensive meal turns into a less expensive one, and it offsets meals that I know will cost more because maybe I'm eating out due to a special event, for example. In my own experience with this, in my first month of using it, I saved just under 30% compared to 5 previous months. My longer term goal is to see if it saves me an average of $500 per month, which I'm quite confident it will. I mean, that's $6,000 after tax in a year. Holy cow, definitely worth a couple of minutes per day to manage. Wiser Food is well suited to this type of planning, although you could pull it off with a regular calendar too. With Wiser Food, I can integrate my planned meals with my grocery list and actually use the grocery list page in the app while I'm shopping as my checklist. So let me show a sample of a calendar that I could use to track the month of April, for example. Notice I've got some planned meals, which are recipes that I plan on preparing, and that works well since the ingredients find their way to my grocery list naturally. I've also got some special events like these, which I'll be going out and spending more than I would if I were making something at home instead. If I count these up, I've got 9. So I've gone ahead and planned in 9 use shelf contents to offset those. What will I do for, say, this one? As you can see, I've got a meal planned ahead of it for a pasta dish that looks leftover friendly, and I'll be sure to make enough from that to create some leftovers. I could adjust the servings here if I wanted to, for example, and voila, my grocery list will update as well. Here's another scenario. I've got a few days in a row here where I might be planning a road trip, and I'm not sure where I'll be eating, so I'm using a label that includes TBD, and I count those in my 9 days to offset. Another thing I'll note is I tend to use the day plan event type to slot things in that could be considered reminders or placeholders. For example, I know my wife is going out this particular night with friends, and I'm taking our kids possibly to Chipotle. I'm calling this a day to offset since collectively we'll spend more than some threshold amount, usually I'd say $50 or $60. Now, I realize leftovers don't excite everyone, but if you can pull it off, you're potentially cutting the meal cost of the original meal in half, or even more if you eat from it more than twice. For me, it's making a difference. It's something that's actionable and forces a level of rigor that is clearly beneficial for me. I'll report back on future progress through blog postings at wiserfood.com. I'm quite confident that the mindfulness of this approach can help others too. If you do give it a try, I welcome feedback. Come learn more at wiserfood.com.